I'm starting right off with one of my favorite seeds in this video. The spawn is on this dark forest island that's right off the coast of the mainland with more dark forest and birch forest. The mansion is on the side of some cliffs, so it's really tall. I always love tall mansions, so I was happy to discover this. The mansion entrance is actually covered. I'm not sure I've ever actually seen this happen before. Usually it generates cleared all the way up. I found some alleys inside. The trial chamber isn't directly under the spawn, but it's close enough. Underneath the ocean here, we'll find the chamber. I'll let you know that I don't really know what constitutes as a lot of trial chamber rooms, so please let me know in the comments, but this one looks decent. One thing I find really cool about these is that you can just find one of these random doors here and go through it. Then you'll find a spiral staircase, and it'll lead up to another big room where strays and the new breeze mob spawn. It just really makes exploring these a lot of fun. Back above ground, there's one more place I want to show you. Over on the mainland, there's a huge Lush cave opening. This is just a really awesome place. It's a great place for a Lush cave spawn base. And it also leads to this crazy looking area. I mean, this is just really cool. Not much else I need to say about it. So all of that is why this is one of my favorite seeds in this video. This is one of my favorite types of seeds to look for. Looking at the spawn, you may think that would be mountain seeds. And I do like mountains. This valley is really cool. But this right here is what I like searching for. It doesn't necessarily have to be a pillager outpost, but I like finding structures that generate on cliffs with a shipwreck. I've shown a village seed like this before, which was just as cool. The outpost generates with a couple of alley cages. The floating shipwreck just always looks hilarious to me. All of the terrain around the spawn area of this seed looks incredible. There's a village over there too. Now, let's get to the main event of this seed. Going underground right here near the outpost will bring us to a zombie spawner. It's connected to a big cage that's open to the surface, but this old dungeon isn't what we're looking for. Continuing down leads us to a trial chamber. We're right near this little parkour section. All the coordinates on my website post will be to the entrance room of the trial chamber, so you can start out there for a full trial chamber run. With a look at the entire chamber, we can see it has a few sections that extend up pretty high. I may need to add trial chambers into my list of favorite types of seeds to find after seeing this one. Real quick, I just want to say thanks to InabYT for being the newest member of my channel. Click the join button below to learn about all the perks of becoming a member of my channel if you'd like to support me. But don't feel obligated if you don't have the financial means. I appreciate all support even if it's just viewing the video. Alright, let's get back to it. This is a classic spawn village seed, just a village in a big plains biome. When I search for plains village seeds, I usually look for them within big plains biomes, so there's plenty of space to build. This village has a library, 2 tanneries, and a blacksmith. It's also next to this cave thing here with a section of water. It leads to an open zombie spawner dungeon. How cool is that? Access to a zombie spawner near the surface is pretty awesome. Sections of dripstone caves are also formed at the bottom here. There's another dripstone cave opening here too. If you dig straight down near this lamppost, you'll eventually fall into this trial chamber room. This is the first chamber that has a ceiling entrance room. It has staircases with a few chests along the way that eventually leads down to this atrium. Let me show you the trial chamber from the outside. So that's a spawn village seed and a spawn trial chamber seed. I recently featured this Cherry Grove circle seed. However, it gets better in Minecraft 1.21. We spawn at this pretty big Cherry Grove circular area. Down at the bottom is a plains biome. What makes it better in 1.21 is that underneath this, there's a trial chamber. Here's a look at the size of the chamber. The fact that Minecraft's underground dungeons have evolved from this to this is pretty crazy. Back above ground, I just want to mention a couple more things quickly. Firstly, on the outside of the Cherry Grove, there are these dripstone craters that look awesome. With lush caves and deep dark being in the game, I think dripstone caves are actually a bit underrated. I really like the look of them when they generate on the surface like this. There's also this hillside village. These are always a favorite of mine, just because they look really crazy. Generating with bits of dripstone cave near it makes it even better. But yeah, that's a Cherry Grove circle seed. Let's just show a basic seed now. Nothing crazy going on at all. We just spawn in this plains biome. There's a forest hill over there, and a flower forest hill over there. There's a ravine thing here. There's a village there, and I can barely see a zombie village in the distance over there. But Digging down at the 0-0 spawn point will bring us to a trial chamber. This isn't the entrance room though, this right here is. I really like how walking out of the entrance room and walking into the atrium makes you feel like you're approaching something exciting. Mojang did a good job at making this place feel important. Let's take a look at the entire trial chamber now. Did you happen to see that zombie spawner I went past? This door right here has a hallway and staircase that maybe was meant to lead to a chest, but a zombie spawner generated instead. Just a really cool spot. This is a cool spot right here too with the geode. We're going to be able to discover a lot of cool spots with trial chambers as we continue seed searching in this version. Above ground is just a normal Minecraft seed, but below ground we have Minecraft's newest feature. This seed was originally found for a survival island seeds video for 1.20, and it's another seed that gets better in 1.21. I found this seed for this comment. Feel free to leave a comment with what you'd like to see, and maybe I'll find a seed for you. This is just a flower forest island seed. Lots of trees, lots of flowers, and a decent sized island. Underneath this spot right here, there's a trial chamber. Here's a look at the chamber. From my limited knowledge of these, this one is a pretty good size. There's a mine shaft here too, so if you're exploring the mine shaft, you'll probably run into the trial chamber. This spot right here actually leads to a spawner dungeon too, so we get a classic Minecraft underground structure and a new Minecraft underground structure. There's also this amethyst geode here at the top of the chamber. I had a lot of mobs spawned in it by the time I got here. And there's an opening that leads right to the entrance room of the trial chamber. So what was once just a flower forest island seed now has a trial chamber underneath it. This seed has a spawn on the edge of an old growth spruce taiga. As I fly up though, we can see that it's actually a big island. This mountain section causes some cliffs to form. There's also a big section of dark forest here. I noticed that there was an azalea tree here, so I knew this seed had a chance at a trial chamber being in a lush cave, and I wasn't disappointed. The vines, blossoms, and cave vines growing throughout the chamber rooms look awesome. I had this random floating vine here too. Here's a quick look at this chamber from the outside. I think doing a run through this chamber could be pretty fun with the addition of the lush cave bits in it. At the very least, it adds some extra ambiance. Let's see another pretty basic Minecraft seed. We spawn in this plains biome flanked by an ocean on one side and a forest on the other. No structures, no crazy terrain, just a nice Minecraft seed for building and playing survival. Digging down at this spot on the edge of the forest brings you to a trial chamber. The intersection rooms of trial chambers have beds, and this is probably my favorite one, with the bedroom surrounded by water. Here's a look at the pretty expansive trial chamber with a few tall sections. If you're looking for a decent survival seed with a trial chamber under spawn, this is a great option for you. It's no surprise that I like Minecraft island seeds. I'll have a 1.21 survival island seeds video out soon. Jungle temple islands are one of my favorite types of islands. I think jungle islands themselves are great, but adding a jungle temple to it just makes it even better. It may not be a new feature in Minecraft, but I still like it. 2 chests inside as usual. Going below the island, we will eventually get to a trial chamber. This is another one with one of those ceiling entrances. I think they did a pretty good job designing these different rooms. Like this water room here is pretty cool. This trial chamber is one of the smaller ones we've seen, but that doesn't mean there's not a lot to explore. So that's a jungle temple island and a trial chamber spawn seed. One of my favorite seeds I've ever discovered gets even better in Minecraft 1.21. Like a few others today, I realized this one has a trial chamber under it while going through my old seeds. I discovered this back in November of 2022. It combines 2 really awesome types of islands, a cliff island and an island village. The village stretches from the top of the cliff island down to the ocean. This building generates right next to a small spot of lush cave generation, and below this big cave which is about half lush cave but isn't lit up at all. This one path generates on the other side of the island too. This is really random, but I think the forest rocks generating on the side of the island look pretty cool. Below where the village jets out into the ocean, there's a trial chamber. One of my favorite small trial chamber details is the blocks around the trial spawners. Like this one with the bone block, podzol, and mushrooms indicates a bogged trial spawner. Check out the entrance of this trial chamber with the cactus tree covered in skulk veins. And being within the deep dark, there are multiple rooms covered in skulk. This is probably the coolest trial chamber room I've seen yet, with both Lush Cave and Deep Dark. Here's a look at this pretty big trial chamber. You may have noticed an ancient city here. I didn't notice any spots of trial chamber poking through the ancient city, but this is a Lush Cave ancient city, so that's pretty awesome. So this was already one of my favorite Minecraft islands I've ever found, but this trial chamber makes it just so much better. And if you want to see this similar cliff island seed, click the video on the right. And if you want to see this blacksmith building in a cave, click the video on the left. I'm out of here, see ya.